Hey everyone. So I wanted to learn several skills to get the Sapphire. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go to one of my videos called Friendship and Gemstones. But this is going to be sort of just a video of what I've learned. I'm trying to learn various different skills and trades. And it's going to be power plants and just electricity and how power gets to your homes and businesses and everything like that. I did quite a bit of research and also hands-on work in this particular subject. This is according to the EIA, which is the Energy Information Administration. In 1831, it was discovered that a moving magnet inside of a wire coil makes a electric current flow through the wire, and thus created the first electrical generator. And using that same knowledge and technology is how they still use power plants or create to generate electricity. So there's a rotor that spins, and that rotor spins the coil or the magnets inside of the coil, which moves the electricity. And there are different ways to moving these rotors. A gas power plant uses gas, similar to a jet engine. It burns gas and liquid fuels to produce hot gases to turn the blades in the turbine, which in turn generates electricity. And then there's coal power plants, which burns coal to produce electricity by burning the coal, and it produces steam in a boiler under tremendous pressure, and it flows into the turbine, which spins the generator to create electricity. And then there is nuclear power plants, in which a reactor core heats the water and keeps it under pressure to prevent the water from turning into steam. This hot radioactive water flows through the tubes into a steam generator. A steam generator is a giant cylinder filled with nano radioactive water or clean water inside a giant water-filling cylinder of thousands of tubes filled with hot radioactive water from the reactor core, and eventually bringing the clean water to a boil and turns into steam, in which powers the power plant. Due to the rapid expansion of cities demanding more power and putting a lot of gases into the atmosphere, played a significant impact on the Earth's ozone layer and atmosphere. So we're now working on making clean energy, such as energy from wind turbines, using wind to generate electricity. As well as hydropower plants that uses the force of water to turn the turbines to generate electricity. As well as solar energy that generates heat from the sun and converts it into energy. And all these power plants generate a massive amount of electricity that feeds through the wires that goes through the city into your house and to businesses, and distributes throughout every home and business and everything. So I got some training with just electrical stuff. Here's me changing out a light. I also did some circuitry. Circuitry? Did I say that right? Yeah, circuitry. I replaced some electrical outlets and redid the circuits, and here's me changing the light. It's pretty simple. I'm taking off the bracket that it was connected to. The black wire is the positive wire, the white wire is the negative wire, and the green wire is the ground. And basically when I replace the light, I just take those off first, disconnect them. And here's the new light that I'll be installing. As you can see, it has the same types of wires. You just connect the wires with the correct color coordination. So the ground that is green, so it's connected to that bronze wire or copper wire like you see here. Then I just connected all of them, the black with the black, the white with the white, and the ground. So the positive with the positive and the negative with the negative. Then I disconnected the little light part, the cover. And I'm going to be pushing those wires up into the mount there. And then I'm putting some screws, and I'm going to put the screws in those holes and screw it in like so. And then just put on the light cover. I'm just tightening up a bit. Then there you go. It's ready to go. So this is the water treatment and plumbing section. First, we'll talk about how water gets to your house and how the water is pumped through the city. So at a water treatment plant, first they take fresh water from different sources like lakes, ponds, and rivers. Then it generally goes to the coagulation stage, in which chemicals with a positive charge are added to the water. The positive charge neutralizes the negative charges of dirt and other particles. When this occurs, the particles bind with the chemicals to form slightly larger particles. Common chemicals used in this step include specific types of salts, aluminum, or iron. Then it's the sedimentation process, which is where they separate the solids from the water during the sedimentation process. It's kind of like the filter. So all the particles settle to the bottom of the tank, and then it goes through a filter and filters out all of the particles, leaving just the water. And then it's the disinfection stage, where they add chemicals such as chlorine, I can't even pronounce that, chloramine, there we go, or chlorine dioxide. And that kills like 99.9% of the germs and bacteria and stuff, as well as any germs and bacteria that's in the pipes as well. Then through series of pipes throughout the city, they connected all the pipes to houses and businesses and buildings and such, to provide every building with water. So this is our local pumping station where I live. It also treats the water, so it treats the water and also pumps it throughout the city. And it also pumps it from the Mississippi River. As you can see, this river right here. I spent many months learning how to do plumbing, things like that. As you can see, it was a very rainy day today. It was really cold too. It was like right at 32 degrees like all day, so it was like between freezing. So it was like a combination of sleet and rain. And we were driving to a warehouse to pick up some materials. Here we are. We arrived at the warehouse. We're going to pick up quite a bit of materials. We're going to pick up some lumber, some pipes, some drywall, and some countertops. We've also been here before on the industrial video that I posted on the first season. It took us a little bit to find what we're looking for, but we eventually found it. We spent about 30 minutes here, 25 minutes just loading up the truck with all the stuff that we need. They have everything here: pipes, wood, stonework, or just stone masonry, cement, stuff like that. It's generally our go-to for any type of materials that we need. It's been raining for the past 3 days straight, so we're going to have a really green spring, and then it just started snowing. Just really shitty weather. This is Illinois for you. But the snow quickly turned back to rain in about like 30 minutes or so after it started Once we got everything we needed, we headed out. We had to get checked out at the check stop to make sure that we got everything we needed. So here's the boilers. The water comes up through these pipes from the city, and it goes into these boiler tanks where it heats up the water and creates your hot water. And this is the flame underneath the boiler that heats up the water tank. And then that hot water is sent throughout the entire building. And here's the gas pipe that provides the gas to the flame. Here in the shop, we cut out a hole and put in a sink on the countertop. And this is the bathtub we'll be removing for obvious reasons.
Okay.
So that pipe in the dugout hole there is the drain pipe that goes to the sewage, where the water drains into in the tub.
Third floor.
Yeah.
So now my mission now is once we're done all this, tomorrow or maybe Monday, I gotta come in here. I've got to cut this pipe here.
Thank you.
And I got to cut this pipe here. And I got to move this possibly over.
Why?
Because the way the new tubs are, from this corner here, this drain has to be lined up at 15 1/4. That way it's all straight up and down. And this here,
Tub shoe?
yes, this will be your tub shoe and tub drain coming into here. And this comes from your overflow. It's on the side of on the tub where you put your fingers in that hole.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. Then you'll see that the plumbing here, the hot and cold, go down. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but this comes off of here and shoots over here to the sink.
Okay.
So this probably does the same thing. Technically, you've got 2 valves here to shut this water off, but I'd be willing to bet neither one of them work.
And so you said that's the drain, right?
This is the drain. This is the drain system.
And the drain just goes into the sewage, I'm assuming?
Goes into the sewer system. Yep.
Gotcha.
And I'd be willing to bet it probably connects underneath here somewhere with the toilet.
Here's where we removed the toilet, where the toilet used to be. So when you flush the toilet, it opens this little valve here, draining the water, as well as draining the water that's in this tank into the bowl of the toilet. And this tube right here is the water intake, where water comes in. And here's the water supply for the kitchen sink, and the valves turn it on.
These are your supply lines coming from the mechanical room.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming up, they're going to the 2nd and 3rd floor. These 2 pipes here.
Okay.
Okay? This one is hot. Hot's always going to be on your left, cold's going to be on your right. Normally.
Mm-hmm.
This feeds off of here is a 1/2-inch line that goes to your mixing valve. This is where you turn the handle to get your hot and cold water and increase the amount of hot and cold water you get. This is your tub spout. This is where the water comes out of the tub spout so you can fill up for a bath. This is for your shower head that goes up here. When you turn this back and forth, you're going to change the temperature and change the volume of your water. On your tub spout, there's a little lifter. If you lift that up, it diverts the water from here and diverts the water up this way so you can take a shower.
Gotcha.
Here's some soldering. It's a form of welding. You cut your pipe, and whenever you have a different pipe changing directions, you solder those 2 pieces together. Like I said, it's a form of welding, basically. Eventually, the bathtub was installed, and working on the kitchen sink. Bathroom sink. And there's the new sink. We spent a small amount of time installing the sink and also assembling it. We're putting on some sort of sealing putty to help the faucet stay on the sink, as well as bolting it in, as well as making a seal to prevent any water from leaking. Here we installed the faucet and the drain. These two pipes feed your hot and cold water. That long pipe there is the drain pipe. And then we're going to connect the hot and cold pipes to the hot and cold intake valves on the sink, on the left and right there, on the underside of the faucet. Then we're caulking the sink hole, I guess, cut out on the countertop, and then we're just going to place it in and then hook up the pipes to the sink, like so. And that was the end of my plumbing training.